Hey everybody, what's up? This is Shawny with True Heart Project. When you hear these three words, what do you think of? Immigrant, millennial, and hip hop. In our society, as we're on social media or watching news stories or talking in restaurants or in whatever social setting, you will hear many negative things about those three words. Today, I want you to hear a story of a man who encompasses all of those words. I want you to get a little bit of a deeper look inside of a heart of an immigrant, inside the heart of a millennial who is in hip-hop culture. I know that you are going to love my friend Kike. He's an incredible human being with an incredible heart. I hope you enjoy him as much as I do. Check this out.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Emerson Riera. I'm also known as Kike, Kicking Rod, as my b-boy name, and I'm part of Vertical Ambition, and I'm just here to tell you my story about how this community changed my life. I'm originally from El Salvador, and part of my life down there, I lived down there for 17 years, and my life down there was kind of different. It was kind of like I was just a normal kid, one of the normal kids. I was just going to school, going home, being taken care of. I was always playing on the streets with my friends, and I remember everything changed when my parents went to divorce. The atmosphere in my house totally changed. It wasn't a happy atmosphere anymore. It was more like painful, because everything would remind us of my dad, that he just left his family. We always had struggle with finances. So I finally got to this spot where I was just so tired of being on the ground, being below, that I start doing bad things. I just start hanging out with the wrong people. I start hanging out with people that would tell me to do stuff that I wasn't supposed to be doing. Man, I got to the point where I had to go and dance at traffic lights with my friends so we can get some coins. It was great at first because it was just for fun, but then it became like a survival mode, pretty much, where I had to see for my family too, because I'm seeing my mom. She's hardly going home now. She's just working extra hard. She used to sing. She used to teach cosmetology, and so I was always around music, but I never really imagined I was actually gonna become a b-boy at this point of my life. I basically joined Vertical Ambition when I was 18. I didn't know English. Allison taught me English. Jerry taught me English. And then the rest of the crew, there wasn't much they could do for me, but everybody put their own thing, everybody helped, everybody tried to build like relationship with me so I wouldn't feel alone. And that's something I would really appreciate. That's something that I will stay in my heart forever. And so I start seeing these people. I start seeing Allison and Jared. They're always just fighting. They're always working so hard to keep up with Vertical Ambition, to give BA a home. So I seen them like struggle with the studios, different studios. Like, we're always moving locations. We're always changing this. We're always trying to get better. They had such a healthy relationship. They got one of the best relationships I ever seen in my life. And I start wanting, like, I decide that I want this for my life. I decide that I want to be like them. I decide that I want to change my life, and I decide I want to become a b-boy. When I start getting more into the culture, I start finding out that this is not just in Flint. This is not just in Detroit. This is not just in Pontiac or in El Salvador. This is actually all over the world. The hip hop community is such a great impact in my life, and I've seen how these people like had stake in the community and actually building, actually changing lives. I've seen hip hop change life in so many different ways, not just getting you in a better shape, in a better condition, but actually helping you understand your own self, helping, like, it fills out, like it's filling up areas in your life that you are not even aware that you're empty. And just my life before, it hit me so hard that when I found my culture, when I found the culture, when I found community, when I found this, when I found my family, I wanted to share this to everybody else. And I went back to my country and I started organizing events down there. So the whole point, it was to bring to the culture in El Salvador a second alternative that I had. And I decided I wanted to be the person I wish I had at the time, and it's what I started working on. I started finding out that the taboos that were in my country, they were so wrong about me looking like a gangster just because I walk, just because I dress like this, just because I talk how I talk, just because I just move myself around the way I do it. And sometimes we could look like intimidating for other people, but you never really know what's in people's true heart.